The governor said that nothing is more important to him than K-12 education, and his plan is the Achievement Everywhere plan, but 60% of school districts in the state are not receiving additional funding. And just sitting, we had a workforce and economic development meeting today over at a technical school, and I looked at that particular technical school's funding as the governor's talking about giving them the proper funding in order to move forward to train people for the workforce that we need today. And that particular school was receiving a 2.6% increase in 14 and a 0% increase in 15. I don't see how the numbers match up to the rhetoric of improving schools and giving them the proper funding that they need in order to succeed. That's something that we really need to tackle in this budget and make sure that that's clear.
And continuing on the vein of education, as one of the 4 co-sponsors to the Cleveland plan, I'm telling you, my blood is boiling right now to see that the Cleveland Municipal School District is receiving 0 increases in the governor's budget. After the citizens of the city of Cleveland decided to invest in Cleveland's children after about 16 years of not passing a levy, to have a budget presented that gives the Cleveland City Schools no money whatsoever is a slap in the face to the citizens of the city of Cleveland, but also to the students of the city of Cleveland. And when you look at the education budget just across the board, Cleveland is only one example. The school district of East Cleveland, another example, one of the poorest school districts in this state. The governor talked about education being the keys to the future. Well, my God, the governor and the General Assembly needs to step up and give our students in this state the keys that they need to unlock the door to the future. And the continuous over-reliance on property taxes just does not get it, and this budget does not do anything to address that. The one-time money in the governor's achievement program, that money will go away. The monies inside the guarantees, that money will go away. What are the students and the children, the 1.8 million of them, what are they guaranteed in this budget in the state of Ohio? As far as I am concerned, not enough, and we need to step up to the plate. And so it is my hope that the General Assembly, now that the governor has proposed the budget, that we will do the right thing and make sure that we fund K-12 education properly and also higher education as well.
The 3rd grade reading guarantee didn't apply just to Cleveland. It applied across the state of Ohio. Those school districts that are most in need got the least. And some of the wealthiest school districts in the state of Ohio got the largest assistance all across the state. Olentangy, New Albany. I'm not denying them help, just saying that they are not the ones that need it the most. And they're the ones that got the most. That's a problem. Anyone who just takes the most cursory look at the distribution of dollars in this budget knows that it was not done with the kind of care that we would like to. Let's just go back to the element of this budget that he likes to talk about the most, and that's the 3rd grade reading guarantee. Last year, there was no money in the budget for the 3rd grade reading guarantee until we in the General Assembly insisted there be some. And so the paltry sum of $13 million, not nearly enough to cover the actual costs of programs to make sure that could be done, was put into the budget. This year, those dollars were zeroed out in that budget and not replaced. That can't be called keeping a promise with regard to the 3rd grade reading guarantee. I could go through this at great length, which you've heard. Everything that needs to be said hasn't been said yet, but you'll be hearing it in the coming weeks. But just let me say this. In one sense, the governor was an absolute truth teller this week. The governor said that he would not use the speech to promote his latest ideas for the state. He said as much, quote, "For those that are thinking they want to come to Lima on the 19th for a whole bunch of new things in the state, don't come," he said in unveiling his $63.2 million 2-year budget. He didn't disappoint. There's none of that in this budget. I dragged my poor sorry butt across this state to hear this speech, and that's exactly what I got. We've got a lot of work in front of us, and we didn't get to start on that work tonight.
Senator Charlita Tavares, and many of you know that I focused on health and human services issues. A question was asked a little bit earlier, where do we agree with the governor? We certainly agree with the governor on the Medicaid expansion. He talked about his faith and his belief in the Bible, and there are verses that talk about what you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. Those who are suffering the most, those who need the services of health care the most, that are dying prematurely, are African American and other people of color. We hope that the governor will work with us, the members of the Senate, on issues around health care.